welcome back. This is a topical discuss segment of the show Full Cycle. My name is Adaku Wachinemeri. And then I have in the studio a wonderful young man who's been a medical doctor for some time now and is also foundation calls a Healing Woman that basically talks about lifestyle enlightenment and of course how you can have a good attitude to your health. Well, today we shall be talking about attitude to health, our general attitude to health. Do we have a good attitude or do we have a bad attitude? By the end of this discourse, we will find out whether you, viewer at home, your attitude to your health is good or bad. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
How are you, Boma?
I'm fine, and you?
Boma Fobara.
Welcome.
He said he doesn't like being called doctor, but his name is Dr. Boma Fobara.
Boma Ongo Fumara.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we have everyone knows Tonia, welcome to the show again.
Thank you, Adaku.
How are you?
I'm good, very good.
All right, doctor. We were talking about, I had our topic already.
Okay.
Attitude to health. So before we get into the main topical discourse, let's understand the crux, our health. What is health?
Basically, health is the absence of disease or infirmity.
Okay.
The WHO defines health as a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or infirmity. That is to say, if someone doesn't have, for the fact that someone doesn't have fever
Okay.
or headache, doesn't mean the person is healthy.
Okay.
Like a usual question I ask young people,
Yes.
and I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Let's say,
No, start with that.
let's say,
Yeah.
a lady,
Yeah.
she's been jilted by a boyfriend, or the boyfriend leaves her.
Yeah.
Are you going to say she's healthy?
Well, for me, she's not.
Yes, because she
Because
could-
I have the consciousness of the fact that being healthy is not just only being merely physically fit. There are some times that you could not be healthy because already psychologically and emotionally you are badly affected. So I wouldn't say she's healthy.
Yeah, beautiful. That's where that's the whole scenario. She could turn down to depression
Yeah.
and leading to suicide. You know,
Okay.
that's also not.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Alright, so if at the point where you found out that you are depressed, your boyfriend has jilted you, and you're no longer concentrating, you're a student, they're teaching you, and you find out that your mind is going in different direction, what are you supposed to do at that time?
At that time now, you need a professional help. You need care.
Okay.
You need to turn to the professional when he looks at you and tell you the necessary things you need to do to stay healthy.
Alright.
And with all this now, I think it's going to bring us to.
So Tonya, I said I was gonna ask you this question.
Okay, alright.
So it's not a question per se, we want to make this as interactive as possible so that viewers at home can also be part of the conversation.
Sure.
In fact, by the way, this after now, you're going to pick up your phone and call us and tell us what you do, the first thing you do when you feel that you are not feeling well. So Tonya, when you are sick, when you feel down, when you feel depressed, when your head begins to pound like pounded here and the other, using pistol on your head, what is the first thing that you do?
Well, we live in a part of the world, we Africans especially,
Yes.
we are doctors ourselves.
Okay.
If I may even have to
Everyone's
say
a doctor.
Well,
What do you mean?
we are doctors ourselves. So the question you asked me,
Yes.
ordinarily, just like every other Nigerian out there, when you feel you are sick, the first thing you do
Yes.
is to treat yourself.
Okay.
We live in a part of the world where a lot of us, we don't run off to the hospitals or to see the doctors. We got to treat ourselves because over time, if you know, like some people will tell you, I know my body system. When I feel I'm having malaria, I know the symptoms I'm likely to see.
Yes.
When I feel I'm running a fever,
Yes.
I know the symptoms I'm likely to feel.
Yes.
So based on that occurrence,
Okay.
I'll definitely know what to do. So all I need to do is to get myself some medication.
Like
And
malaria
if the need,
tablets.
yes, if the
Go to
need
the
arises,
Yeah.
I go off and run a test.
That's it for you.
That's it.
Now, Dr. Boma, this is a clinical case. Explain to us, does she have a good or bad attitude to health?
Like she has already mentioned, she
Yes.
said in Africa, we all are doctors to ourselves.
We're in
And
Nigeria. Let's start in Nigeria.
in Nigeria,
Yes.
okay, let me cone it down to River State.
River
And
State.
that is a terrible attitude.
Okay. Very
towards health.
terrible.
It's terrible.
Okay.
I'm using the word terrible, not bad.
Okay.
Because when you have symptoms, the first thing to do is to resort to the medical doctor.
Okay.
There is a step-by-step attitude you take.
Okay.
When we have certain symptoms and you know you're not fine, the first thing to do is to go to the hospital and you get seen by a professional.
Okay.
Oftentimes we find out in our environment when people come down with illnesses, maybe constitutional symptoms like fever, headache, vomiting, they say it's malaria. Everything can be malaria.
But
Can it be something else? But surely malaria.
But if I may take you up to what you just said, that
Yes.
the attitude is terrible, and it's expected that when anyone falls sick, the person should try and see a doctor. Now, let me take you back to the times of our forefathers, when we had no doctors. No, but
But we
that's
still have
the reality
local
of it.
doctors. We still have native doctors.
Those
They
are
have
native doctors, they are
practitioners.
not medical doctors. They are
Okay.
native doctors. Now he is trying to say that we are not supposed to like treat ourselves or go get ourselves some drugs.
Yes.
We need to see a doctor first. Now, in the times of our parents, the times of our forefathers, at that time when there were no hospitals, they didn't have very good qualified or medical practitioners. You know, most of them dwelt on local herbs. Most of them dwelt on self-medication. Most of them dwelt on the understanding that they had in all these herbs in the bushes. I believe maybe you had a grandfather, like I met my grandfather, and I know then he would go into the bush, he would pluck 1 or 2 or 3 leaves, which is even a common practice, even till date, among some part of the tribes we have, like the Yorubas. They believe so much on all these traditional herbs. So are you not trying to say that they were not doing the right thing? Are you trying to say that they were being terrible with their practices?
So they just throw a punch at you now.
Yes, and I'm going to reply her briefly
Okay, yes.
with facts.
Go ahead.
Medicine is one of the oldest profession,
Yes.
medicine and law, so,
Yes.
and it has been there since the time of Jesus Christ. I'll also remind you, the Bible said the woman with the issue of blood, she has done all she could do.
yes.
It that means to say she has seen the doctors. She has done everything she should have done professionally,
Okay.
but she was still having the issue.
Yes.
That's when she now said, if I can only touch the hem of his garment. So doctors have been there since time immemorial, even before our forefathers. So when we have this illness, it's not an excuse to resort to self-medication. We should go and see the professionals. And when you see the professionals, he's going to look at you. He looks at you by walking into the doctor's office. Your treatment, your management have started.
Okay.
The way you walk, there are various signs of movement. You can be walking somehow, the doctor will look at it, and this is a sign of this condition.
Okay.
The way you talk, it looks at you. You could look pale. It feels you. After inspecting you, it touches you. It feels you, touch you. It could palpate you and all that. It auscultates you. It listens to you.
Okay.
In doing all that, those are the processes of treatment. He now has a clinical scenario in his mind. Oh, I suspect these. These are the signs. He now sends you for investigations if he feels it is necessary.
Okay.
He sends you for investigations to confirm what he is suspecting.
Well, for me, as much as I appreciate the much you talked about on the need to see a doctor, I want to just have a shift from your own idea. Now, what happens to people or individuals who find themselves in local areas where they cannot have easy access to all these medical facilities, where they cannot have easy access to doctors? What happens? Because of course, when someone falls sick, there's a state of like 2 nights ago, we had an emergency. Somebody just late hours of the night, she almost slumped. We had to rally around and we had to do something to just
What did
revive
you
her.
guys do?
We had to get this water and salt and sugar and whatever. We just gave it to her to drink.
Alright.
Some people brought, of course, based on Nigerians, our form of Christianity, some people brought this olive oil and anointing oil and holy water.
Okay.
And funny enough, she was a bit revived. So in such situation,
After that, what did you guys now do?
no, in early hours of the morning, she was taken to the school hospital. So, in such situation, we have people who stay in areas where they don't have such access to medical facilities. They don't have access to
So you're
doctors.
talking about
so what
if
happens?
there is no affordable health.
Yes,
care,
or
what can
there is
they
no
do?
nearness to a doctor, as he is trying to say. What happens to such individuals?
Now that's good. That's where enlightenment comes in. We need to be enlightened about our
Okay,
health.
that they are doing it doesn't mean that it's right.
No. Firstly, there are certain things we need to do before you get to see the doctor. Let's say someone collapses and the person needs a CPR, it needs to be resuscitated. These are basic things we need to do. You need to do a mouth to mouth, you need to do this.
Sorry,
you need to
let's
do that.
take Felix. Felix, welcome to the show.
Oh, good morning, madam.
Thank you,
Morning.
guys. Welcome.
How is today?
God is good.
Fine, thank you.
Please, I'm very, very much interested in these discussions that you people are having.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, that's my bros in the city said.
Dr. Goma, yes, was help. This is how we come to wrap on today's episode of the topical segment. And of course, thank you for coming on the show, Dr. Goma. And thank you, Tonya, for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Stay with us because Ben will join us after that for sports highlights.